Hello, the level 50 goldsmithing quest given to us by Serendipity is called Jaded. Here we go. Sorry, that was supposed to be a yawn. Oh, mercy, good evening. Sorry, it's been a long... Wait, what day is it? It's been so busy on account of the Sultana's name day celebration that I haven't had time to get a good night's sleep. Or any sleep, for that matter. Don't worry about me, though. I'm fine, see? Perfectly awake. Perfectly fine. But seeing you here reminds me that I had a very important commission for you. Roroton wants you to craft a ring he intends to present to the Sultana herself. This is the sort of opportunity that comes but once in a lifetime. Your jewelry might be worn by Her Royal Majesty Nanamo ul Namo. You see, at the celebration, all of the Sultana's gifts will be presented to her at once in a grand ceremony. Any guest whose gift receives special recognition is assured of great fame and fortune. Roroton was adamant that you be the one to craft his gift. He said he could only accept the work of Ulda's premier goldsmith. After discussing the matter at length, he decided on a flawless black pearl ring as his present. Additionally, he would like it to be melded with materia as a finishing touch. I suggest you use a piety materia. That would give the Sultana incentive to select it, though we don't want to give the impression she needs it, so perhaps you should use an average grade, say 3? Given the importance of this commission, Roroton has agreed to pick it up in person, so I will contact him when you have prepared the ring. I think I want to make... No. I was going to say, I thought I want to make one of these. I need to make 2 black pearl things for my... Probably blacksmith, I think. Sorry, my black mage retainer. But the ring was not one of them, so let's see. And why is that? Why are my Electrum rings better? Oh, no, because they're level 49. I actually probably will end up making these. I probably should have looked up level 49 stuff on the... damn. So we'll get 3 times as much as we need for this one. As far as Electrum ingots go, I have all the ore that I need. I'm gonna need... let's see... 3... So 6 total black pearls. Which I don't know how to gather yet. So let's look that up. Okay, black pearl does not seem to be a timed gather. Black pearl, FFXIV. Oh, black lip oyster. I have to have some of those, don't I? Hold on. There's no crafting method? Oh. Wait, what did I'm so annoyed. Anyway, I have not kept any black lip oysters. I don't know what I did. Because at the time when I was doing fishing, like leveling fishing, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't look ahead. I didn't care. Let's see. Krill Cage. Camp WW. Camp Westwind. So Vesper Bay... you can use to travel to Camp Westwind. Krill Cage feeder. Okay. Wait, no. Vesper Bay is Danilin, isn't it? Oh, it's that area. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I have to go to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange anyway. Savenu, fucking idiot. Let's see what the price is on black pearls. I want 6. No thanks. How about black lip oysters? Should be enough. They're even more expensive than the pearls. Okay. So krill cage. Do I have any krill cage? Let's find the. Would it be tradecraft? No. Sometimes it'll be battlecraft, but it'll be in items that might actually. Independent might be it too. It wouldn't be arms, yeah. Fieldcraft merchant, there we go. Let's see, krill cage, do I have any already? No. I need 6 total. This person says they got 4 in 3 minutes or less. Of the oysters, not the pearls, obviously, but let's just grab 20. It's 9 gil each, whatever. Okay. I don't have any Vesper Bay tickets remaining. I probably used the last of those a while ago. Okay, specifically. Have I gotten any of these before? Camp West Wind. I have. Oops. Okay, so it'll be like the western portion. Oops, why did I do that? Whatever, it's fine. I mean, I don't think I could have flown high enough to get over. Oh, I guess I could have. Whatever. But you're gonna be fishing, I'm gonna be fishing off of these cliffs. I got sneak, auto sneak, we're good. Oh, sorry, my fishing is way too high to care about that. Krill cage feeder, got 20 of them. Let's see what happens here. I don't think there's gonna be any need. I'm just gonna catch whatever. I'm not gonna worry about, like, it's probably, do I need snagging is the question. That's a 2. I call them 2 points. Exclamation point is annoying for me to say, so 2 points. That was a haddock. What are you guys? There's some other people talking about the ship graveyard in Umbra South Shore. 10.6, 6.8. That's over this way. I don't think it really matters exactly where you're fishing from as long as you're in the pool that you're supposed to be fishing from. Nobody mentioned snagging. Yeah. So haddock was a 2. To save time, I would be ignoring 2s unless the oyster is also a 2. There's a 1. You still lose your bait if you do rest, but it saves time. Okay, there's a black lip oyster. I can do identical cast to catch the same thing. I can't do it a ton. It's very expensive, but I can do it twice in a row if needed. Could also, instead of doing that, just fast cast, whatever it's called. Chum. It's been a while since I've fished like hardcore, so. There's 2. I'm not even sure it makes sense to craft those rings for my Black Mage retainer, because once they hit 51, there's a whole nother set of gear. Way better than like 50 or lower. Got another identical cast option here, so we'll take it. I don't think I'm in a Fate, so the music is kind of crazy for this area, the situation. I'm gonna ignore it to save time. Even desynthesizing these fish, sometimes, very rarely, you get something worth selling, but I don't think it's worth the time for what I'm doing right now. Okay, there's a 1 that theoretically should be an oyster, because that's all I've caught with 1 point. And I can identify. No, Merlthor? Fuck you. Good thing I held off a little bit. Counting the number of uptick, like, there are some baits where you just kind of stand there, and then there are some baits that you kind of you actually move your rod up and down. This is one of those baits where you move your rod up and down. What's it called again? Krill cage feeder. Yeah. Anyway. So you can count the number of times you like lift your rod up. I actually did this while I think we were fishing. The way she described it, we were trying to fish toward the bottom of the riverbed. So we were moving. We were kind of pulling it back towards us a little bit every time, like each time. Okay. Man, the music is intense for this area. Oops. Well, I was supposed to go to Fanelin, Ulda, but I'll save money. Not a whole lot. Well, I didn't spend a lot more time than I needed to, but whatever. Let's see. I have the Electrum ingot I need, even though it's NQ, that's fine. Let's get rid of the fish here that I don't want. Oh, see, like sometimes you'll get these Halligan pieces, but they're never. So far, I don't think I've received anything over 100, which is still better than the 1 you get from the fine sand. You do, if you want to make furnishings, specifically things that are like made from bricks, I believe. You will be using a fair amount of fine sand, which I think you can get fine sand also by. It's sad you can't do by gathering, but I think you can just mine. You can mine it. Well, I think it would be quarrying, but I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. Same thing, mainly, mostly. All right. Let's make all the black pearls just to make sure my inventory isn't all kerfuffled. It's level 45. Yeah, that's right. There we go. So black pearls level 45 quest. Sorry, level 45 craft. It's gonna take knowing how to use Waste Not 2 and innovation and stuff, but ain't a problem for me. I've done this a lot. So you Waste Not 2, innovation, and just go into your rotation. If you get a proc, it makes it just slightly faster. There's an excellent proc, so that made it even more faster, even faster. Level 53, level 53. Ooh, precise touch. Hell yeah. Cool. I'm not going to use Waste Not 1 a lot anymore. I'm going to keep it nearby. But now we have a 3-part when it comes to... why is it grayed out? Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Okay. It's even better than what I thought it was. So we actually do want to keep that. When condition is good or excellent, this is badass. It only costs 18 CP. It has 150% efficiency, and it gives you 2 stacks of inner quiet rather than just the normal one. Like I said, badass. I am still going to put Waste Not 1 kind of over here. Okay. Anyway. Waste Not 2, innovation. We're actually going to be looking for procs even more than normal. So excellent proc. This is going to be ridiculous. I need 7 plus 160. So 167 plus 1,000. So 1,167. If you see here, precise touch gives me 1277 because it is 150% plus the excellent proc. So we just basically 2-putt when we shouldn't have been able to. But that's the amazingness of precise touch, and I'm so happy I got it. I use it so much on Culinarian, and I'm glad I can use it again. You gotta slow down just a little bit now to make sure that you're using precise touch anytime it pops up. For now, that is your best use of these condition procs. I mean, it takes priority over everything. For now. Oof. No procs at all so far. No, I don't need a beer gods. I got extremely unlucky with procs on that one. That sucked. And same here, apparently. Oh, there's a proc. Cool. So we'll cap it there. Okay. So there's my pearly babies. Black pearl ring. I'll just make one. I'll make the rest for myself later. Level 49 craft. We're going to do an HQ black pearl and a regular electrum ingot, although it could be HQ'd. It'll clear an inventory slot for me. And I'm not worried about it. So, innovation. We still have precise touch. We don't need to use waste knot now because we have so many durability steps to use. It takes a lot of progress, but it's going to be a veneration 2-putt. And I'll show you when that time comes. Okay, I need 406. Beer Gots will not get us there, that's fine. A basic touch followed by a Beer Gots will. Actually, we might not even need Beer Gots, we could probably... Yeah, we can just do it. We can save some CP with standard. Sorry, Beer Gots, you were unhelpful this time. But Veneration 2-putt. 100 plus 100 is greater than 174. And I have some repairs to do, which I prepared for. No problem there. 2 grade 5s coming up. Love it. More inventory cleared. I got some materia to extract. Actually do a little bit, a tiny bit of selling. We're gonna sell this elegant tin piece. Control 2, I don't need those anymore. Black pearl ring, great. Fine sand gone. Even the krill cage, just don't need them right now. I do need a piety materia, number 3. Actually, it should not have gone back to the guild. I kind of forgot about that. Would have saved some time doing the crafting here. I don't know what piety is. Is it? It's just called piety? Really? That's nice. The other ones are called like aim and blah blah blah. So piety 3. Ugh, gross. Come on, really? Nobody's selling just one of them? And of course, I probably got rid of all mine. God damn it, sucks. I don't want to spend that much. Please, please tell me I saved some. Damn it, mother effer. Let's offset it. Savage Aim sells really well, really fast. For whatever reason. Again, I don't understand it. But let's sell a few of them for 3,000 each. Okay, that we'll get 9,000 out of that minus fees, and that'll offset this bullshit, dude. Gross. I have to buy 15 of them for 985 each. That's the lowest there is here. That fucking sucks. I wish there was a better way to do this. Can I just buy a little? Can I buy one? Like this marketplace sucks for that, dude. I hate it. Oh, these were going for like some. Whatever. Fucking gay. Sorry if that annoys you when people use that as a. I have no ill feelings at all towards people who are gay. I grew up saying gay, and there are other words I could say that I think are also like the R word. I worked with adults with disabilities for almost 2 years, and I would never use the R word to describe any of them. I do use it to describe really, really bad drivers. and people who act a fool, the fool, whatever, in public when they should respect people around them. But yeah, anyway. I don't need these anymore. I think it's a different materia for everyone. Who's selling? Yeah, we'll just do Bajorn. I'm gonna undercut just to get rid of them, but to sell them, you know. That sucked so much. I'll do 500 each. You know what? No. I don't know how I want to do it. I don't know about anybody else playing this game, but I have almost, well, there have been times that I've wanted to buy a stack of materia, specifically for, I think it's crafting, and maybe for gathering too, but I have never had to or wanted to, as far as I remember, buy or bought materia for leveling any battle jobs, as I call them. Hopefully I've undercut those jerks enough to not sell stacks of 15 for 980 each. Like, the history said that there were purchases of like 90 gil for one, or it sucks, dude. These freaking bloviators. It's part of why I undercut, because people make these things way more expensive than they really should be, because they buy the really low. I've seen videos of this on various games. They'll go and they'll buy a bunch of stuff that's very cheap. Like, if they want the price to be 600 each and they see things for 300 and 200 and 400 and 500, they'll buy them all and they'll mark it all up for 600. That's the way they make money in these games, and it's ridiculous. I have never done that in this game, and I have somehow amassed 11 million. And I've spent a good penny of it, like teleporting around, buying crafting stuff here and there. I bought all of the gear because I couldn't craft it, so I bought all of the gear for fishing, botany, and culinarian for all of the levels. So like I didn't not spend my money, but you know, I've made smart choices. I've ran when I could have teleported. If a teleport costs 1,200 gil, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna figure out how to do it the other way. So it takes some time here and there, but sorry. Here's serendipity for the continuance of this quest. Is the ring ready yet? Remember that it must also be melded with grade 3 piety materia. Roroton will come as soon as I contact him, and not a moment sooner. He doesn't want to risk upsetting Gigi. Yeah, obviously. Cutscene, handing it over. By the 12, this is fabulous. I'll let Roroton know at once. Let's see. We'll grab this. Well, hold on. I have to wait for that. Yeah. The WhatsApp message was still... Sorry for those pings you guys are hearing. I can't control when she messages back. Let's see. Oh, shoot. I haven't been keeping track, but when it was 1 a.m. game time, I wanted to... I probably missed it. I wanted to pop out and get some dark iron ore or whatever it's called. What's it called? Dark steel nuggets. Well, yeah, anyway. I probably missed it. Roroton shows up. It's more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. The color, the shape, the luster. This is a ring fit for royalty. I knew I was right to trust in you, Mercy. This ring will surely meet with with her Grace's approval. Stop right there, Roroton. This mummer's farce ends now, says Robert, yelling from the doorway. The paladin, what's her name? Serendipity's love interest. Huh? What is the meaning of this? Think you're clever, do you? I've seen through your lies, and I know who you really are. The Jade Fox. The Jade Fox? Roroton, is this true? Have you been deceiving us all this time? Says Serendipity. I'm afraid so, my dear, but it's over now, and not a moment too soon. This charlatan was plotting to rob the guests at the name day celebration, and maybe even the Sultana herself. That's ridiculous. I don't have to listen to these wild accusations. Mercy, I'm afraid I must ask you to give me that ring, as it is evidence of his crimes. It will be returned to you once his trial is complete. I hand it over. Gigi's watching this, though. I don't think I should... Why would I hand him the ring I made as evidence of his theft? No sense that makes. You don't believe him, do you, Mercy? I'm innocent, I tell you, innocent, says Roroton. We'll see how long you can maintain this facade once I put you in a cell. I'm talking to you. I'm taking you to Captain Genlin's. Sorry. Roroton holds out both hands toward... Sorry, Robert. I hit the mic. I'm sorry about that. But it's fine. He goes away with him after shaking his head. We see Gigi. Gigi. Secrets and lies. Secrets and lies. He takes him to death and sorrow. To Pearl Lane. Cutscene goes black. We talk to Serendipity to continue. I still can't believe that Roroton was the Jade Fox. Can you, Gigi? 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 Where are you? Egads, Mercy. I think he might have run off on his own. I heard him muttering something about Pearl Lane. We should try searching for him there first. No, I'm just kidding. I got you. I'll do it. I'll help you. We're going to go to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange because that's the closest Ethernet. Free your mind, and your mind will be free. Okay. You find Gigi, Robert, and Roroton. Roroton is one hand down, one knee down. I'll be back in a second here. A minute, sorry. Sorry about that. So we'll talk to Gigi to continue. Cutscene. GGG. Secrets and lies, secrets and lies. Back away from the Lalafell, you cur. Well, if it isn't the mammoth, you're an awfully long way from home, says Robert. Serendipity joins the scene. Gigi, what are you doing here? Why did you run away? Deceiver, trickster, this man is no Sultan sworn. Wait, what are you saying?
Ready?
I'm busy.
Leave it.
Okay. Robert is the Jade Fox, Mistress Roroton says. Robert is the Jade Fox, Mistress Serendipity. Listen to your assistant. You know it to be true. Robert, tell me this isn't so. Tell me this is all a misunderstanding. Robert points a gun at Roroton. That's not a Sultan sworn weapon. Everyone take a deep breath and calm down. There's no reason this needs to end in bloodshed. My gods, it's true. You really are the Jade Fox, aren't you? You've an overdeveloped sense of justice, little one. It's going to get you into trouble someday, says Robert to Gigi, who just stares at him. As for you and me, my dear Serendipity, I think we're well past the point of introductions. He's got a weird look on his face now. Believe me when I say that I'm just as disappointed as you are. I had hoped we would become more intimately acquainted before this identity outlived its usefulness. Alas, I could not bear to forsake an opportunity of this magnitude, one that Roroton here was kind enough to provide. Gigi launches himself at Robert, grabs the gun arm. Bah, meddlesome contraption. He with one swipe, dislodges Gigi from his arm. Gigi's motionless right now, but Roroton stands up. You son of a... And he launches himself headfirst into Robert's gut. And Robert goes, ugh, like he did like a cannonball. And he's down. Robert is down. A white, shiny bauble gem sphere knocks itself loose from Robert onto the ground, and I go to the white shiny bauble thingy. Serendipity goes to Gigi, who's kind of spasming a little bit on the ground. Gigi! Serendipity, I... Gigi, no! He's still spasming. Roroton joins this little scene. You can fix him, can't you? He saved my life. Do you need money for parts? I'll pay anything. You can even sell the ring I commissioned. It's not a matter of money. I think his core might be irreparably damaged. It was made over 100 years ago with techniques that have long since been forgotten. If it has failed, then he is forever lost to us. I detest that ridiculous hairstyle. You must... And he goes limp. Gigi! She's on her knees, crying. I have that white, shiny gem thingy, and I'm holding it out kind of to Serendipity. Mercy, what are you doing with that ring? Wait, what? You can't seriously be suggesting that... I nod to her. And I walk toward Gigi. The cutscene goes black. And Gigi's chest is glowing with that gem, and it is absorbed into him. And he floats into the air, into a standing position, and stands. Gigi, black pearl ring. God, this is by far the worst piece Greenhorn has ever crafted. Its very essence offends me. I feel violated. So violated. Serendipity's like hands splayed to the side and spirit fingers. Gigi, you've come back to us. It's a miracle. She hugs him. Roroton cheers. Cutscene goes black. I'll talk to Roroton really quick here. I owe you and Gigi my life. Thank you, Mercy. Thank you. But shouldn't you return to the guild and see how Mistress Serendipity and her assistant are faring? Yeah, dude, but I wanted to talk to you. You were just threatened at gunpoint, almost killed, and falsely accused. Pardon me for caring. Right, back to the guild. Serendipity to turn in the quest. I still can't believe what has happened. First, I thought Roroton was the Jade Fox. Then it turned out it was Robert? Gigi must have sensed something strange about him before. I can't help but think back on all those times he ranted about secrets and lies. I assumed he was speaking of Roroton, but now I realize he meant Robert. If only I'd listened more closely to his words. That man made a fool out of me. What with his dashing good looks, his piercing gaze, his broad shoulders. But we got him, Mercy. Well, he'll never again terrorize the good people of Ul'dah. I'm sure you're worried about Gigi. Allow me to put your fears to rest. In spite of your reckless attempt to repair him, there was no permanent damage. Indeed, when you began fumbling around with his components and attempted to shove that ring inside him, I was absolutely terrified. Thankfully, through sheer strength of will, Gigi overcame his injuries, and it's all thanks to your ring. In Gigi's eyes, your ring was so poorly wrought that it filled him with an overwhelming disgust. You reminded him of his purpose by creating focus for his grand disdain, and in so grand disdain, and in so doing you helped him to regain his senses. Isn't that wonderful, Mercy? But that's not all I wanted to tell you. When I was examining Gigi earlier, I discovered something extraordinary. You see, he's by far the oldest mammoth we have here, having been constructed by one of our former guildmasters over a century ago. In fact, I'm the 19th guildmaster he has assisted, according to records. But what our records didn't contain was his original name, which was so faintly inscribed upon his core that it went unnoticed until now. Gigi is Menaging, Mercy, the first mammoth ever built, and the mammoth whose design on which all others are based. Okay. That name does ring a bell. Final Fantasy XI. I believe... So, Mary Nancy E. J. I. Nancy G. I believe that was the name of... I want to say it was the automaton puppet, whatever you want to call it. That was like the black mage. So there was and I think it was Treasures of Ott or Gone. I think that was the expansion for Final Fantasy XI where they introduced Puppet Master. I believe there's like a princess or queen maybe, and she had two puppets. One was a Valor Edge, and that was like the tank puppet, and the other was a black mage puppet, and I can't remember what those were called, like Storm something, I think, maybe. It's been a long time now. But I believe Menaging was the name of the black mage puppet, and Gigi kind of looks like Menaging looks. Or Menaging, whatever. Maybe the M is silent, I don't know, but whatever. Of course, I have no intention of telling him that the knowledge would make him insufferably arrogant. Anyway, Mercy, please accept my sincerest thanks, and though Gigi would be loath to admit it, I'm sure deep down he's grateful to you as well. Oh, in the future, please don't attempt to repair a mammoth until you have at least learned the basics of their construction. That's cute. 210,600 experience points. I will take the Gil, so we get 5,000 Gil. And we get a goldsmith primary tool called Urkaguary. Urcharlie Urkaguary. Which will be an upgrade, but I know the gear that's offered is an upgrade, but I'm going to have hit level 51 or higher on all of these jobs, and the gear I can craft at level, that is level 51 to wear is much better. So I'm just going to take the Gil. As far as the main hand tool, wait, it is definitely a bonus. Let me retrieve material from the old one. Equip this guy. Save that. Grab the old tool. Yeah. Desynth it. And then sell whatever I need to sell. This control +2 materia is nothing to me anymore. So we get 5,060 from that quest because there was no gil for the quest itself, but you could accept gil as a, you know. And that's it for this video. It was longer than I expected, much longer, but I took I don't think it was longer because of the break, but it was longer because I did take the time to fish up 6 oysters instead of 1. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Bye bye for now. Oh wait, later. Dumb, I know.